Welcome back, everyone. 8 years ago today, we witnessed one of the worst tragedies, the mass murder of 20 children and 6 educators at Sandy Hook Elementary.
And since then, there have been thousands of mass shootings, yet Congress has failed to pass any gun legislation. But as Chief Capitol reporter Susan Raff tells us, a grieving mother is making a difference in preventing violence in our schools.
It's been 8 years since the country witnessed one of the worst tragedies, the mass murder of 20 children and 6 educators. While there have been thousands of mass shootings since then, Congress has not passed any gun legislation. However, those who have been fighting for tougher gun laws say there has been progress in Connecticut and on Capitol Hill, and the fight, they believe, is far from over. Right after the Sandy Hook tragedy, Connecticut passed the second toughest gun laws in the country, including an assault weapons ban. And last year, Connecticut passed Ethan's Law, named after 15-year-old Ethan Song, who accidentally shot himself with a pistol at his friend's home. The law requires all guns to be safely stored, loaded and unloaded.
Despite the fact that we have not been able to pass a gun control bill since the Sandy Hook tragedy, the House of Representatives actually passed 2 background check bills, which hasn't been done for decades.
The House of Representatives now has a majority that believes in background checks. The President of the United States now supports universal background checks. And depending on what happens in the Georgia special elections, we may have a Senate that will be willing to support universal background checks.
Nicole Hockley, whose 6-year-old son Dylan was killed that day, started Sandy Hook Promise. They train educators and youth how to spot warning signs and help children feel more included. Sandy Hook Promise is now in 14,000 schools across the country. Susan Raff, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.